Do you regret your vote right now?
Well, between him and her, I thought he was the better choice, but honestly, I miss my Uncle Joe. I was a nobody, and I was balling then. Now, I couldn't even tell you. I couldn't even show you $5 in my pocket.
We spoke to Trump voters here in Florida who are ticked off about the fact that the gas prices in the state have gone up by an average of about 60 cents within just a week.
I would just wish he'd keep up on his campaign promise and say he was going to put it under $3. He'd end that war so fast. But here it is, 5 years later, helping his buddy out get his more money. And then never mind charging us Americans all sorts of money for fuel that you just stole from Venezuela.
And those gas prices are getting higher because of volatile oil prices due to the war in Iran, a war that these Trump voters tell us they hope wraps up quickly.
If I could, speak to the president, I'd just encourage him to finish up this war and get us back to a safe world.
He's saying about for our safety, leave somebody alone, they won't bother you.
Hopefully this conflict over there will end, it's just unfortunate.
The overall vibe here at the gas pump amongst these Trump voters is they feel like the economy is not going well right now.
At the moment, I'm really out of work.
My hope is that it's temporary and it doesn't last for too long and oil prices come back down. That's my hope.
So do you believe the price of oil and gas will be lower before the midterm elections?
I hope so. I think so. It could be or the same or maybe a little bit higher, but it should be around the same, maybe a little bit higher, but it should be around.
If you could pick one word to describe the state of the economy right now, what would that one word be?
All f***ed up. All f***ed up.
That was a diehard Trump supporter here in Florida at this gas station after he filled up his tank at the price of $4.29 per gallon. Gas, just one of the expenses that's skyrocketing as the war in Iran continues with no end in sight.
It's crazy, bro. Right now I'm paying $2,600 a month for my rent. You know what I mean? And that ain't no bills included. You know what I mean? Like, this is really, 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 really hard. My wife's about to be pregnant. She's due in about next week. And it is extremely difficult.
We spent all day asking Floridians to describe the state of the economy in just one word. The reviews are in, and they're brutal. If you could pick one word to describe the state of today's economy, what would that word be?
A tragedy. Sad. Disappointing.
It's not the way it used to be. I don't know, man. It's like survival right now. Everybody on survival mood right now.
Desolate, yeah. It's bad.
Now, while some of President Trump's most ardent supporters say that they're willing to put up with these crazy high prices and are in support of this war in Iran,
we voted for him to be, like we say in Spanish, somebody with cojones, with some balls to get in there and be daddy. Take the belt, put everything in action, because now you can see that we are respected across the world again, right?
Most of the people we spoke to say they wish President Trump was focusing on issues back here at home as they struggle to make ends meet.
I struggle every day, and now I'm taking care of my mom who's older, being denied simple things like breathing meds. So gas, what are you going to do? So I don't eat this week because I have to take mom to the doctor's tomorrow. And I'm not the only one. I know a lot of people in the same situation, homeless, no place to go, no shelters, no food, no medical.
All of this as gas prices continue to rise as the war in Iran spills into its second month.
This is where the fundamental coalition of Trump that encompasses the MAGA establishment and America First doesn't even really count the sort of all the swing voters who voted for Trump just because of the economy.
Right. The price of eggs voter, yeah.
Yeah, and sometimes when we say things like price of eggs, now Trump is like, see how cheap eggs are? And I was like, it was never about eggs specifically, bro. Eggs is just a stand-in, just like your wall. Just like your wall was a stand-in for I take immigration seriously. Price of eggs is a stand-in for what do groceries cost for the average person, and staple items, how high has inflation driven them up, or how high are gas prices, which, those things all, people tend to look at them as one thing. Okay, here's how much bread is, or here's how much gas is. But of course, for an average person, they fuse together like Voltron to make a catastrophic financial environment for them where they have no purchasing power. And voters, that's the number one thing people talk about. We start every focus group with the same question. How do you think things are going in the country? And you learn everything you need to know, usually in that first 25 minutes where everybody just talks, because they bring up organically the things that are on their mind. And right now, everybody does the same thing. Number one, everybody thinks the state of the country is bad, which is why right track, wrong track is so low. These guys reinforce that with their everything's terrible. And then they immediately go to how expensive things are and how the war in Iran is raising them, how tariffs are raising them. And this is one of the reasons that Trump's numbers are starting to fall, and where the objective reality kicks in is that people know that the tariffs are Trump's. People know that the Iran war is Trump's. They don't think it's Congress. They don't think it's somebody else. They know Trump is doing it, that he made the call to do it, and that it is raising their prices, and that is what they are mad about.
If Donald Trump can convince the Republican Congress to get rid of the income tax for a system of tariffs instead, ladies and gentlemen, the economy will absolutely explode like you have not seen since the Reagan years, maybe bigger. The explosion of capital and investment in the United States and the basically $30,000 or so raise a lot of people are going to get will absolutely blow our economy up like you've never seen before. If Donald Trump can convince the Republican Congress to get rid of the income tax for a system of tariffs instead, ladies and gentlemen, the economy will absolutely explode like you have not seen since the Reagan years, maybe bigger. The explosion of capital and investment in the United States and the basically $30,000 or so raise a lot of people are going to get.
Gasoline will soon be $5 a gallon. They could also bring down our country.
Gas prices are going to destroy this country.
Inflation is the worst it's been in 40 years. Gas prices are up 50%.
Those were comments from Donald Trump over the years as he warned that rising gas prices were a sign of failed leadership in the White House. Now, in 2026, Trump is back in office and gas prices are rising again. Oil prices briefly surged as the Iran war threatened global supply routes like the Strait of Hormuz. But within about a day, prices dropped sharply as markets bet the conflict could ease. Still, oil prices are well above what they were at the start of the war, and prices at the pump are significantly higher than they were just a few weeks ago. For years, Trump has argued that presidents are responsible for what Americans pay at the pump.
People are outraged. The fact is, we have nobody in the White House to protect us. This could bring down Obama, but unfortunately it could also bring down our country. Gasoline and fuel and oil, that's really the lifeblood of the country. That's what we need to work.
Trump didn't make the comment once. He warned again and again that rising gas prices were a sign of failed leadership in Washington.
Rising gas prices will absolutely kill any movement in the economy.
Now, with oil prices climbing as the war involving Iran rattles global energy markets, Trump is responding this way. Short-term oil prices will drop rapidly when the destruction of the Iran nuclear threat is over. It is a very small price to pay for the U.S. and world safety and peace. Only fools would think differently. President DJT. For more than a decade, Trump argued that the price at the pump was a measure of presidential leadership. Now, that debate is unfolding again, except it's during his presidency. Reached for comment, a White House spokesperson told CNN, President Trump has been clear these are short-term disruptions and that Americans will see oil and gas prices drop rapidly again once the necessary objectives of Operation Epic Fury have been achieved and the regime's capabilities are neutralized.
I saw this coming, folks, and now it's too late to pretend that it doesn't even matter. President Donald J. Trump just made a sudden move, and it flipped the global economy in under 24 hours. We've never seen this before. Stock market roared, China hit the panic button, and now the question everyone is asking is very simple. Are the Doge dividend stimulus checks finally about to drop into your bank account? Well, guys, this isn't just another update. This could be the moment that we've been waiting for. In fact, the writing is on the wall. And today's move may have just set off a chain reaction that ends with real money in your pocket. But here's a twist. It won't look the way you expected. And if you miss this, you might miss it all. Now, in the next few minutes, guys, I'm going to reveal what Trump's shocking tariff reversal really means, why the markets exploded, how Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency are secretly driving this, and more importantly, what you need to know about the next possible stimulus checks
So Donald Trump's own words are now being used against him from an old post in which he says Barack Obama should be fired due to high gas prices. So here's the post from October of 2012 in which Trump says, quote, "Gas prices are at crazy levels. Fire Obama." Yet
I really feel that Trump actually know what he's doing. But in the other way around, Trump is a billionaire. Like, Trump is very rich. He's capable. So all the stuff that's going on, this fuel and everything and the gas, it's not affecting Trump in any way. With his family and everything, it's not. Because if it's affecting him, definitely. Like, I don't know. Because the way he has been talking, that definitely it's going to increase. It's going to increase. Come on. Like, is this policy or this is turning into something else?
when Obama was
Because I don't know
president,
why
the
someone
national
like this
price
will
of
have
gas
such mind to
never
do this
exceeded
stuff. Crazy.
$4. And yet today, the national price of gas is at $4.44 and is expected to get higher. And that is solely because of the war with Iran, which Donald Trump got us involved in. So according to Donald Trump's own logic, he should be fired from the presidency due to the crazy high gas prices. And yes, this is a real tweet. You can look it up, and hopefully a reporter presents this tweet to Donald Trump at his next press conference. That would be hilarious.
All right, you guys, Trump has completely and utterly just betrayed America, the American people. It's very obvious that Tel Aviv is running DC, and it's taken me a long time to process that and to find the words to say what I want to say to Trump. I was, from the moment I saw him on stage at Charlie Kirk's funeral, sickened by him, and seeing what's happening in Iran and seeing him go against every promise that he ever made.
Going against every promise that he ever made.
He sits back and allows a country such as Iran to hold our hostages, to my way of thinking, is a horror.
Obviously, you're advocating that we should have gone in there with troops, etc., and brought our boys out.
I absolutely feel that, yes. I don't think there's any question, and there's no question in my mind. I think right now would be an oil-rich nation, and I believe that we should have done it, and I'm very disappointed that we didn't do it.
Why couldn't we go in and take over some of their oil, which is along the sea? You're going to have a war by being weak. The next time Iran attacks this country, go in and grab one of their big oil installations, and I mean grab it and keep it, and get back your losses, because this country has lost plenty because of Iran.
Nearly 40 years ago, Trump saying, "I'd be harsh on Iran. They've been beating us psychologically, making us look like a bunch of fools. One bullet shot at one of our men or ships, and I'd do a number on Karg Island. I'd go in and take it. Iran can't even beat Iraq, yet they push the United States around. It'd be good for the world to take them on."
So Iran can be taken. I would never take the military card off the table. And it's possible that it'll have to be used because Iran cannot have nuclear weapons. Nobody will be pushing us around. I will stop Iran from getting nuclear weapons. We will totally dismantle Iran's global terror network.
Let me guess. Israel's fault?
The U.S. national debt surpassed size of the economy for the first time since World War II, and it's only a matter of time until it passed the all-time record. The warning comes as government debt reached $31.27 trillion, now slightly larger than the U.S. economy at $31.22 trillion, pushing it above 100% of the GDP. The previous record